Sticks, and I'm a drummer and producer, and I've been in sort of bands since I was about 13 or 14 years old. Now 29, going on 30, and I'm still in bands, and I've never done anything else other than play music and make music. I first joined the Guns in 2011, around about October 2011, and our first gig was in Club Ivo Bach. It was the first time the band had played together in a couple of months, I suppose, because they'd always had drummer issues, and then I came along.
My name is Sean Smith. I'm 30 years old, from Merthyr Tydfil, South Wales, and I perform in a band called The Blackout, also from Merthyr Tydfil, South Wales. The thing is, we've always been a live band, like always been about playing live mostly. Like the reason we started the band was because we saw other bands doing it and we were like, let's just do that. Like I remember the second ever gig I went to was Lost Prophets, playing in Blackwood Miners Institute to 250 people, and it was one of the best things that's ever happened to me, because I was like, I can run about, swear and spit at people on stage. That's awesome. Let me try that. And I did try that, and I made a career out of it.
So I run the studio in Blaenau, Narnia Studios, and I've also started a new band recently called Navigator Get Out, which is a sci-fi conceptual band. Each EP and album is going to tell a little bit more of the story of our main character, Frederick. If I could start my time with the Guns again, differently, the first thing I'd do is not miss a summer of shows. Pretty much the first thing I did when I joined the Guns was go out and have a wild night out and break my ankle, end up missing summer's worth of awesome shows, missed the Merthyr Rock concert where we were sort of just below skin dread. So definitely if I could start my time again with the Guns, I'd start it without being drunk.
Our first gig was at RM's Rock Club in Merthyr Tydfil, which closed down and then became Europe's biggest cannabis factory, and then that got broken into. And while the police were guarding the front, some kids broke in the back and nicked £15,000 worth of cannabis, and now it's just an abandoned building, sadly. I'd love to have played there again. We sent a load of demos out to people and just tried to play as many gigs as we could, and I think we played in Croydon. Sure it was Croydon. And the record label came to see us and pretty much said then and there that they wanted us to work together, so we were quite lucky. But nowadays you don't even need a record label, that's the thing. It's like nobody... It's like our release we've just put out now called Wolves, we completely did ourselves. So yeah, if you can get the funding to make the album, you can put it out yourselves and sell it to people and make more money than you would if you were on a record label.
I met Alex when I was 17 or 18 years old. I was playing in a band called Fleur in Wales. He was playing in a band called When Reason Sleeps. We were on a battle of the bands together in Merthyr, in a place called RM's. And he was just this crazy guy in the room, entertaining everybody, bouncing around, you know, with all the energy. And we just got on straight away. And then about 10 years later, he sort of came back and asked me if I wanted to play drums for the Guns, and we took it from there. The Guns have always been known as being this explosive live band, so for me, didn't really know what to expect first time in a band like that. And the entire show was phenomenal. There was more people at that gig than I'd ever played to before. The entire front row was just, you know, little girls stood at the front, all dressed really nice in their, you know, their shoes and their dresses. And we played the show as hard as we possibly could. And I suppose towards the end of the last song, which was Gordon's and Lemonade, and we had this big long outro for it. Everyone's going nuts for the outro, the band-wise, we're all, you know, going mental on stage as hard as we can go. Until it comes to the very last note, and Alex hits the last note, and as he does, explosively vomits all over the front row, all over the girls' nice shoes in the front row, and stank the entire club out for the rest of the night. My first show with Guns. My plans for the future are to get the studio up and running properly. We've been building it for the last 2 years and getting to a point where we're getting a bit of a reputation now and bands are starting to come through, which is great. So my plan is really to get this studio up to scratch and get Navigator, get out on tour next. So first gig in December and then go from there, a tour, hopefully.
I've passed out on stage a couple of times from being too warm. I've been so warm on stage I've been sick. That's good. I did that in Texas, in Dallas. 11 o'clock in the morning we were playing Warped Tour. And to wake up I drank 4 cans of Monster coffee. It's a bad idea, don't do it. And I was being sick off the front of the stage because it was 11 AM. And it was boiling hot and some guy went, "Dude, you were so badass." I was like, "Yeah, I am." You're like, just covered in sick. So yeah, it's been unbelievable. I haven't had a proper job for 10 years. Yeah, I've just been getting paid for running about and shouting. Like it's the best job in the world. Like I get to run up to girls' faces and shout at them, and they just go, "Oh, he's in a band, he can do it." What's that about? Genius. I love it. Travelling's boring. I don't care who you are. Just being stuck in a van for 9 hours is not fun for anyone. And live, we've never really had a problem with playing live. Like we've always wanted to play live, and that's kind of been our strength, is that I guess we're quite good live. I know I shouldn't really be blowing my own horn, but it's true, because a lot of bands now, I've noticed, have started miming and playing to computers and have a lot of stuff going on in the background in computers. So yeah, we're a good live band, so sadly we haven't had any problems live. The band's the best thing I've ever done. Like I said, everything I am now and I know now and I have now is due to the band. So yeah, I owe my world to the band and music.